Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Monday, April 24, 2023. Today on The Young and the Restless, Lily tells Daniel she doesn't regret their night together. Billy and Chelsea take things to the next level, and Tucker asks Audra to leave with him. In his office at Jebot, Billy is on the phone telling reporters he has no comment. Kyle joins him. He's also been inundated with calls. The family's problems are swallowing everything else. Billy pours them both a drink, and they discuss the Diane situation. Kyle says they are doing all they can to get her out of prison. His uncle says it's good he's supporting her, but he can't ignore the other problems in his life. He can't let this ruin his relationship with Summer. Kyle admits she's already moved into a guest room. His uncle tells him that's the first step to separate lives. Kyle has been trying to give his wife space because whenever they talk, it gets worse. The only option he can see is clearing his mother's name. Dismissing this, Billy thinks there is a better way to help Summer. If he allows for distance, it will become a chasm and they won't get back to where they were. He needs to tell her how much he loves her and leave the rest aside. When she's ready to open up the door, he needs to be standing there waiting. At home, Jack calls his financial investigator to keep digging into Stark's accounts. His fiancée's freedom is at stake. Ashley arrives as her brother complains about the travesty of justice happening to Diane. She tells him he should let Michael handle this. Jack is determined to help in any way he can. She accuses him of preventing Diane from taking responsibility for her actions yet again. Jack thought she would be sympathetic on a basic human level. She reminds him that she was once wrongly accused because of Diane. Besides, she's sure Diane is guilty. Ashley tells Jack to move on. He barks that Diane was framed. His sister doesn't buy it, and is sure Diane was getting all she wanted. Jack continues to insist that Diane is innocent, and also claims he is mourning Phyllis. As amazing as Phyllis was, she had a habit of getting in her own way. She thinks it sounds like he's blaming the dead woman. Jack just wants the true killer arrested. Diane isn't perfect, but he thinks she's changed and is incapable of murder. Ashley is appalled that he still intends to marry that woman, and insists that tying himself to her will drag the whole family down. Jack thinks that's ridiculous. Ashley reminds him of what a fit he had about her dating Tucker. They discuss all the trouble the court case will cause the family. The press will remind everyone of Diane's past and what she's capable of. Kyle arrives and guesses what they are talking about. He immediately goes upstairs to see his wife. Jack tells his sister that if she can't hold back her rage and contempt for Diane, she should move out. She's sick and tired of him, kicking her out of her own home, and blames it on him being infected by Diane. Jack blames this mess on her. Ashley insists this house is her birthright as much as his. She suggests he find a nice little house by the prison to live in after Jebot throws him out. Diane will cost you everything that's ever meant anything to you, she snaps. Upstairs, Kyle knocks on Summer's door. She doesn't open it. Speaking through the door, he tells her he's worried about her and wants to make this easier for her. He won't go anywhere and will keep trying until something works. Maybe they can try not talking together, just holding each other. In his suite, Daniel wakes up from a dream in bed with Lily. He startles her awake too. Daniel explains that he dreamed of his mom and returning to his house in Savannah. It was like returning to his old life. Everything felt emptier and lonely. She had that feeling when her dad died. She kept thinking she saw him. He adds that's already happened to him. There was a woman at the memorial who made him do a double take, but then he got back to reality. Lily says he will have random moments that remind him of his mom. That will help keep her alive. Daniel tells her how much having her there helps, although he could understand if she needed to pretend that what happened between them didn't. She thinks it's too late for that. Besides, they both wanted and needed this. They don't have to make it more than what it was. Daniel tells Lily that when he looks at her, the lonely feeling feels far away. She's happy she can give him some solace, but no one can help him but him. Grief transforms you and doesn't go away. As Billy gets takeout at Society, he bumps into Daniel and Lily. He tells them that the media are swarming since Lena Love's article came out. He hopes Daniel doesn't have to deal with it. Lily offers to get PR to handle it now that he's an employee. Billy tells him he's in good hands. Lily knows how to take care of people. He walks out, glancing back at them as they awkwardly find a table. As they sit, he asks her if things were uncomfortable with Billy. He's sure everyone has complicated feelings about their exes and offers to listen to her feelings about Billy. Lily reminds him that she doesn't wallow over failed relationships. She just moves on. He doesn't know how she does that. Lily thinks not looking back has a lot to do with being a cancer survivor. It teaches you what's important. Daniel asks her to wallow just a little for him. She chuckles and admits she doesn't think about Billy. It was a moment, and it's over. Lily assures Daniel she has no regrets about what happened between them. It was organic and natural. Whatever is meant to happen will happen. He thinks she's very zen for a CEO. Billy meets with Chelsea at Crimson Lights. He tells her how happy and lucky he feels today. He ran into Lily and Daniel at society and picked up on something romantic between them. She wonders how that makes him feel. Smiling, Billy says he's relieved that she's moving on. Chelsea is impressed by his growth and maturity. He claims he's just taking a page out of her book. Billy admires all she's overcome and thinks she deserves to be happy. He makes her happy. Billy tells her he's ready to move on too. Standing up, he kisses her. She tells him Connor is spending the night at the ranch and she's feeling strong. It's been a long time since she's been with someone. He tells her it's like riding a bike. They kiss again. Chelsea and Billy go up to her place. As they kiss, he remembers he forgot the food. She tells him to forget it. He asks if she's sure about this. She is. They make out and climb into bed. Victor meets with Tucker in the jazz lounge to talk business. He read over the contract, liked it, and signed it. He hands it to Tucker to sign the company over. McCall assumes he's enjoying this. The mustache says this isn't about feelings. Tucker tells him he's done with this town and McCall Unlimited. How touching, Victor mumbles. He assures him his company will continue to thrive, likely under a different name. Tucker is just looking forward to this not being his problem. Out of due diligence, he wants to look over the contract again. After Victor departs, Audra finds Tucker drinking alone. She rubs in his having no friends. He tells her he's thinking of the difference between being alone and being lonely. He never felt lonely in the ashram. She's sorry things didn't work out with Ashley. McCall has no idea how he ended up here. When he was young in the music business, it was never lonely. She tells him he's putting a very rosy hue on the past. He reminds her they had some good times and asks her up to his room. When Audra and Tucker get to his room, she looks at the contract and tells him what a big deal it is. He's proud of her about stealing Victor's pen. She tells him that selling the company frees him. This isn't how he wanted things to go. It's time for him to leave town. That makes sense to her. Tucker muses that he's always been more of a big city guy. You want to blow this town? You want to be my right hand again? He asks, stroking her hair. She thinks he's moving fast and reminds him she has a senior executive position. Besides, Genoa City has grown on her. Tucker thinks she's pushing him away because she thinks there are greener pastures somewhere else. But there aren't. Audra thinks he craves to be the center of people's lives. When he doesn't get that, he gets bitter. Ashley's right that he hasn't changed. Tucker's sorry he asked her up to the room and thinks she should go. As she does, Audra tells him not to wallow too long because when he crawls out of it, no one will carry his back. Alone, Tucker sits and has a drink before signing the contract. Take a look at 40 times soaps screwed up in the photo gallery below. Please note that if you purchase something by clicking on a link within this story, we may receive a small commission of the sale. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel and stay with us.